Imagine waking up to find out that your country has decided to give up territory to a neighboring giant. And not just any territory, but 7 artificially created islands in a sea that's been a hotbed of geopolitical tension. Yes, that's right. Today we're diving into the bewildering decision of the Philippines to hand over 7 illegal islands to China in the West Philippine Sea. These aren't just any patches of sand, but strategic locations that have been at the center of a long-standing territorial dispute. How and why did this happen? Let's unpack this complex and controversial chapter in international relations. The West Philippine Sea has long been a theater of overlapping territorial claims involving multiple countries, but primarily between the Philippines and China. The area is rich in natural resources and holds significant strategic military value, making it a coveted prize. China's method of solidifying its claims has involved building artificial islands, which are not recognized legally under international law. Yet they've managed to construct 7 of these in the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. This move not only escalates tensions, but blatantly disregards the sovereignty of the Philippines, as established by international maritime laws. Historical context is key here. This isn't the first instance of maritime disputes in the region, but it's certainly one of the most audacious. One might wonder, why would the Philippines allow this to happen and give way to China to build this illegal island or islet on its shore? The reasons are multifaceted and deeply rooted in political, economic, and strategic interests. Economically, the Philippines benefits from strong trade relationships with China, which could be jeopardized by heightened tensions. Politically, aligning with China might promise stability and investments in infrastructure, a tempting offer for any nation's leadership. Strategically, the decision could be seen as an attempt to de-escalate a potentially volatile situation. However, critics argue that these benefits come at the cost of national sovereignty and security, a price too steep for temporary gains. The decision of the Philippines to yield these islands has not gone unnoticed on the global stage. International legal experts and governments around the world have raised eyebrows and concerns about the precedent this sets. It challenges the established norms of international law, particularly the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, which aims to govern maritime disputes like these. The fear is that this might encourage other nations to bypass international law for bilateral gains, potentially leading to a domino effect in global territorial disputes. This chapter in the South China Sea saga could reshape international maritime law enforcement forever. Neighboring countries in Southeast Asia have been particularly vocal about the Philippines' decision. Nations like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia, which have their own stakes in the South China Sea, view this development with concern and suspicion. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, has been put in a tough position, balancing regional solidarity with the national interests of its member states. This decision might strain relationships within ASEAN and could alter the dynamics of regional cooperation against broader threats, including the expansive ambitions of China in Southeast Asian waters. The relationship between the Philippines and China is, to put it mildly, complicated. By allowing China to retain these islands, the Philippines may have temporarily smoothed over some diplomatic wrinkles, but at what cost? This move could be seen as a concession that weakens the Philippines' position in future negotiations, not just with China, but with other international partners. Trust is a hard-earned currency in international relations, and this decision could devalue the Philippines' standing globally. Conversely, it might usher in a new era of closer ties with China, marked by increased economic cooperation and shared projects. Not everyone is on board with the Philippine government's controversial decision. Legal experts, environmental activists, and concerned citizens have been vocal in their opposition. They argue that the environmental impact of these artificial islands is devastating, with significant damage to coral reefs and marine biodiversity. Furthermore, legal scholars contend that this undermines the rule of law and the country's autonomy. Protests and public forums have sprung up, both online and in the streets, reflecting a populace that is deeply divided and increasingly engaged in the defense of their national territory and environmental heritage. The future remains uncertain with these islands now under Chinese control. Will this lead to more aggressive territorial expansions by China? How will the international community respond over the long term? Several scenarios could unfold. One possibility is increased militarization in the region, leading to heightened tensions. Another scenario could see other nations making similar concessions, potentially leading to a redefined geopolitical landscape in Southeast Asia. Alternatively, this could catalyze a stronger international coalition to uphold maritime law and protect sovereignty. Only time will tell which path will be taken, but the implications of this decision will undoubtedly resonate for years to come. Today, we've navigated through the choppy waters of the Philippines' decision to let China illegally build 7 islands, a move laden with economic, political, and strategic implications. From international law to regional stability and national sovereignty, the stakes are as high as the seas are deep. What are your thoughts on this monumental decision? Do you think the potential benefits outweigh the costs? Dive into the comments below and share your insights. And if you're keen to understand more about the complexities of international relations, be sure to watch our next video on global diplomacy. Let's keep the conversation going, and perhaps together, we can chart a course towards a more informed and engaged global community. As we reflect on the unfolding events in the South China Sea, it's crucial not only to observe but to engage. The decisions made today shape the world of tomorrow. We urge you to voice your opinions, share your thoughts, and become a part of this ongoing dialogue. How do you view the Philippines' strategic surrender? What implications do you foresee for international relations and regional peace? Your insights are invaluable. Join the conversation in our comments section or connect with us on social media. Let's deepen our understanding together. And don't forget, for more in-depth analysis and timely updates, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your engagement helps us bring more content that matters to you. Together, let's keep the conversation alive and strive for a world where every voice is heard and every action counts towards collective understanding and peace.